So guys, here we go again. My light is low. So guys, we go again. As you all know, my name is Trusted, and also we are here all for the sake of Bank, and we'll be analyzing today's market because earlier today um we placed some trades, so we'll be here to analyze them ourselves. So I'm not here alone. I'm here with one of our analysts, a very top analyst. So he has also been part of the team helping us to project this this our project properly. So please can say hi to him, guys. So he'll be joining us.
Hello.
All right, guys. I didn't just invite him here. I actually invited him so that you can also see him.
Yeah.
I know they show.
Mm,
I'm not supposed to for that. All right, so I didn't just invited him. So I wanted him to come and discuss about the markets he gave to us earlier today, so that we all can have a conversation about the markets and everything. So his name is also Oluwatimilei Ajao. So it's a very good friend of mine. So Mr. Ajao, can you please talk to the audience?
all right.
Now that they can see your face properly.
All right. As he has said earlier, I'm Ajaoluwa Timley by name, and this is my Oga at the top that we've been working hands in hands to make sure that we all make money on this live section because we all know that this is Nova Trading Africa, and if you have been with us since Monday, you've noticed that we've taken some we've taken a lot of trades this week. We've taken about 6 to 8 trades this week, and today, this evening, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the trade we've taken so far this week, according to my trading journal, how the results so far, also the one we took today and how they all went. Are you guys with me? So we'll be diving straight into the chat together. And this section is just going to last for about an hour because we don't really have much to discuss. We just want to talk about what we've done so far this week and the result of those trades, and possibly if we see any other entry. But I won't actually love us to trade again this evening because it's already late and it's about going into Saturday. So we'll be having this same live trading section again on Monday, and we're gonna see what we are all going to do together. So we are going to get to the chart work now, and I'll be showing you guys how we've made profit, the breaking evens, and the SL. I'll be taking us back in time so we can all learn together and probably see what we need to do again the next time when we are coming to this live section. So you guys should just work with me. So I'll be starting it with Ethereum because on Monday we had this entry on Ethereum that was supposed to give us about 8%. With my own risk, that was supposed to give us about $800 in profit. Are you with me? $800 in profit, but we were taken out of breaking even. So I will be taking the price back to the point we entered. This was where we took the trade on Monday, and you can see on my screen right here that it was supposed to give us about and it was supposed to give us 8% in total profit. You can see our risk to reward here was supposed to be 8.5, but we were taken out of this breaking even here because I'm always saying on this live section that whenever you are trading and once you move your once your trade starts moving on 1%, you should do what? You should break in even, because you don't know what the market is bringing to you in the next 4 to 6 minutes, in the next 5 seconds. You don't know how the market is going to react. So I will be starting with that, and then I will take price back to the zone where I took the trade before I moved on to the ones we had today, yesterday, and also day before yesterday, because on Tuesday I wasn't here. I was just here on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and as well today. So let's take price back to this point, and then we are going to be playing that together so we can both learn and you can get to know more about the strategy I trade most, how I approach the market. And if I'm to say, this week I think we only had about I don't even think we had three SLs, yeah, three SLs, and we have successful winning rate of about four, yeah, and two breaking even. So it was 9 trades in total for this week. Yeah, so let's just take it back to 15-minute time frame. I'm always saying something that then when you discover, you first check your what? You first check your nature. After you check your nature, you focus on your continuation, which is going to serve as your what? Your point of interest, right? So from that, your point of interest, you are still going to be working with you are going to be working with your candlestick formation, and after that your entry should be at the what? At the close of the candlestick. So with what we are having on my screen right now, if you can see my screen very well, with what we are having, I'm already taking price back to the point where we started looking at what Ethereum USDT wants to give to us and how we got into that trade for Monday section. Yeah, so we have this price this way, and I'm going to play that so we can all see together. You can see we already tap into our POI right here, because you already see the arrow I drew here for my what? For my impulse. So we have the impulsive phase, we have the corrective phase. We have this first point, the second point, and the third point. We did not really get to that high so well. So that's the reason why I waited a bit, because there is no candlestick formation there. And if you look right here, what is currently forming here, you can see that is a nice rejected candlestick there, and that is a pin bar. I'm always saying your impulse, which was your leg down, and this whole correction, which is not going to serve as your point of interest, and your entry is going to be at the close of your candlestick pattern, which we are having here. So this is a pin bar, or we call it inverted hammer, because we are seeing what? We are seeing it at the resistance level. Assuming you are seeing it at your support level, that's going to be a pin bar. So we have a bullish inverted hammer here. So we are going to wait for the next candlestick to form so that we can enter at the close of this candlestick here. So I'm going to play that, and you can see that was how we got tagged in on this trade. That was how we got tagged in on this trade on Monday. So after then, I will have to switch to my 1 hour time frame to monitor the trade very, very well, because I'm always saying that 15 minutes is filled with so much noise. So I don't really manage my trade there. I don't manage my trade there. I manage my trade with 1 hour time frame so that I can have better clarity on what I'm looking at. Yeah. So I will continue playing that so you guys can see how we keep moving to the downside and how we got back to the breaking even that I was talking about. So we started playing, and you can see from the first three candlesticks, you can see that we are not impulsive. We are not impulsive. It was still moving bit by bit. Yeah. So we continue playing that. Yeah, I think that was the point at which we got taken out of the breaking even, because the third candlestick was already giving us about 1%. Yes, that was how we got stacked out on our breaking even. The reason why I do breaking even at this point is because we are not at the top of the structure. Assuming we are at the top of the structure like this point, I'm going to switch to the 1 hour, 4 hours time frame, so that I can show us better on what I mean by top of the structure. At this point here, this point right here, we are at the top of the structure. So breaking even at this point is like you putting the trade in a very tight zone. Are you getting me? It's like putting the trade in a very tight zone. So because you don't really know what is going to happen. And if you look at what happened right here, assuming you got into this trade from this point and you breaking even at 1% here, you can see what happened next. You have a rising wedge pattern to that point, and with that you will be tagged out of that trade, and the trade is still going to do what? It's still going to do the very nice thing it wants to do. But since we are below the structure, we can easily break in even, because anything can later happen at that point. Anything can later happen at that point. So that was the reason why immediately we move 1%, I took my SL to the breaking even. So I'm still going to keep playing that, because there was also some missed opportunity on that, and it happened during my own resting time. So there was no way I could get into those trades, or there was no way for me to come on live and come and show you people how it's actually going.
Okay, okay, so guys, with that being said, from next week, there will be a link available so that you can join our community and also take our urgent trades, our like, because we can't be coming live always. Like anytime there's any opportunity in market, we just come on, you just come live. So there will be a link available so that you guys can join our community. So so you can take trades urgently and some stuff, because for us to come online sometimes, if you notice, most of our trades are actually market price, so we can't just watch live, then itself you guys might not be active to place it through with us. So from next week there will be a link whereby you can join us, you can join our Telegram community. So please continue, please. Sorry.
Yeah, so as they have said, there's going to be a community link in case you want to be taking the trade immediately we are getting it. We don't really use order limits on this live section. We are always using market price. And sometimes it's very hard to come up. Like what I was saying earlier before my boss came in. Are you getting it? There are some trades that you're gonna see in the middle of the night, and you will have to do what? You have to take them. So you don't expect me to come live then. You might probably be sleeping, but if you are in the community, we drop the link, you're gonna get the notification on your phone, and you'll be able to do what? To get in early with us as well. So we're gonna continue with the price I was playing, and we see how we did what? We moved to the downside altogether. You can see that was how we started moving to the downside. And at this point here, at this point, there is something going on here. I'm always saying that once you have your impulsive correction, once you have your impulsive, you focus on your what? You focus on your correction as well. After which, yeah, so as I was saying before the little stop, so I said at this point something is currently happening here as well. So you just have to, so So we're gonna see how we can manage what is here, because these are the support level as well. I mean the support level for this current pattern here. So we're gonna check and watch together if this is going to break to the downside or is going to continue to the upside. So we're gonna switch to the 15-minute time frame and see what we are having there. And if you look closely, that's like a double top right there, and that would have been the second entry for us, but we were not active to take that. You can see a little tap to that point, and you have your candlestick formation, which is this pin bar right here. That is how. So we have the double top here, and as I've always been saying, you have to take your entry from the close of the candlestick. I mean your reversal candlestick, the candlestick pattern. So this is how you will have managed this trade from this point again, and that will have been our second entry, and we'll have taken the trade to the downside together. And this is our TP. So we are going to play that together as well. And we started moving to the downside. You can see, and uh, that was a success. That was a successful trade. But what happened? We were taken out of breaking even, and this was a missed entry. And that is how our Monday analysis went in. Just about, I think this trade took about six about 12 hours to go to that our point of TP, our target for this particular trade. But one thing that happened was we were taken out of breaking even already, and the second entry was a missed entry. Tuesday I wasn't here. On Wednesday we had this trade on Solana USDT, whereby we made about 1.2% on it before we end the live section that day. So I'm going to also take price back to that point, so you can see how we also did take the trade before what happened yesterday. We had some couple of entry yesterday as well, and I will be walking us back to that point as well. So this was the entry that was taken on Solana on Wednesday, because Tuesday we were not here, we were not live on Tuesday. So we were live on Wednesday. So this was the trade that was taken on Wednesday. You can see that was 1.5. So assuming you were here on Wednesday, we would have made this together. We we placed this trade with I think with SRP USDT as well. No, it was with SU USDT. Yeah, it was with SU USDT. We placed this trade with. So, or I'm going to walk us back on how we took the trade on only Solana in, so we can also check what happened yesterday, how we got back to breaking even, and also how we took the SL we took yesterday, and what happened today on the live section as well. So if you are with me and you are getting what I'm trying to explain, or probably you have a question for me, you can drop it in the comment section, and I'm going to attend to it while I run through what we've done so far this week. Thank you. So let's take price back to our entry point for Wednesday. Yeah. This was our entry point for Wednesday. And if you've been following, and you notice that we have this bigger structure we are looking at on the 4 hours time frame, which is telling us that we are going to the downside. Are you getting it? That the trend for Solana USDT is bearish before we go to the point that we are today. And it looks like we are moving sideways because we don't really have that momentum in the market. It's not really moving the way we want it to move. Yeah. So this was the point at which we took our entry on Wednesday, and I'm going to be playing that and also show you again how we made use of the market nature, the continuation or the corrective phase of that particular pair, and also how we made use of the candlestick pattern, the reversal pattern that we added. So I'm going to take us to 15-minute time frame. Gonna be on 15-minute time frame, and you can see we had this reversal on 1 hour time frame in which I marked out already. I marked it out already. And this shows that the market is going to reverse back to the upside while we are going to touch the previous resistance that was created. And while we add our impulse, impulsive leg, you see that we created a little hook right here, and that is my valued area. And while we were moving towards that point, we were moving sideways to that point. We were not moving impulsive. So that shows that we're gonna have a correction at that point. So I allowed price to approach that point very well and also reject to my taste to meet my trading plan, and that was how I got into this trade on on Wednesday. So let's check it together. You can see we have we have an evening star formation from here, although the candlestick was not really fully closed. And we now move to our 1 hour time frame to really check what it was really looking like. And if you see very well on your 1 hour time frame, you will see that we have that pin bar right there just on our trend line. You can see they all match. So there is nothing really to really bother about. All you just have to do is to put your entry in the right place, and you have your SL below since we are buying to the upside. And immediately this 1 hour candlestick, 1 hour reversal candlestick closed, we were tagged in, and that was how we start moving to the upside. And we were tagged in this way, you can see, and boom, that was how we touched the TP for that day. Although I closed the trade before we got to the TP because I was on my 15-minute time frame. Based on the pattern we are looking at, we were supposed to reject at this point to later get back to this point. So I was expecting a sell. Immediately I saw a reversal candlestick on my 15-minute time frame. This was the reversal candlestick I saw on my 15-minute time frame. So I had to close my entry. I had to close my trade at 1.16%, and that was how we walk away with a profit that day. So you can see at this point, this was the reversal candlestick I was talking about here. So immediately I saw this, I was expecting the price to get to my entering point, to the close of this candlestick, so that we can take it together to the downside. But that did not happen till I ended the live section for the for that day. So let's play it together and see what later happened. And also I will be explaining some more other things that we probably might have missed that day, that we did not make use of that opportunity, so we could have seen some cool percent of that as well. So we'll continue playing this. You can see we have a buy out at this point. uh the buyers were taken out, and then we now return back into. So that is one thing you really need to take note about reversals. One thing about reversals is that immediately you break the previous resistance, the main thing you really need to wait for, you don't enter at the break, because Two things might happen then. It's either you retrace back into that zone or you form a continuation pattern for you to start trending to the upside. So you just have to be patient and see what the chart is going to tell you. If you are not patient enough to see what the chart is going to tell you, you might got tagged in what you were not supposed to be tagged in, and then what is going to happen is either you walk home with SL or probably the trade is going to clear out for you. Although we all know that in this industry everything is what is a game of probability, so it's 50-50. But the right thing to do is to wait for a proper and clear setup, so you can do what? You can see and know where to enter and where to put your SL. So I'm going to continue playing this, and it's going to take us to what we did yesterday, which was the Thursday. Yeah. So you can see we came back into the zone, and that is what I was actually waiting for. But my main focus was for it to just tap into this resistance so I can just up in and take the price back to the support level. So let's see what we have. You can see that impulse. You can see that impulse. It was really massive that day. It was really massive that day, but we were not even close to the chart because immediately we met the target for the day. Just do what? We ended the live section and we moved straight to sit, relax, and wait for the second day opportunity. That's how you do it so that you don't overwork yourself. So start trending to the upside again, and we had a double top right from where we did what? We came back into the zone. So let's play that and see how that really happened again before we had the entry we had on Thursday. Okay, so I'm going to explain something right here, because at this point some people are going to be confused because the market is kind of messed up around here. But for you to have that better clarity on what to do here, you just have to move to 1 hour time frame. So I'm going to clear all these things that I'm having on my screen and start the analysis from the scratch. Are you getting it? So I'm going to clear this now to give us a better clarity on what we are seeing here on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah. So if you look closely, you need to observe something. If you look at your left hand side, you have this resistance here. And if you look at this point as well, this was the high that was created after this one that I just marked here. You have this high again. And if you don't forget the bigger picture you were looking at on your 4 hours time frame, we had to do what? We had to go to the downside. So anything you'll be doing on this chart on 1 hour time frame is seeking opportunity to sell the market to the downside. If you are not doing that, you are probably taking a counter trade. So after you identify this your left resistance, you have this correct high again before the price starts moving to the downside. When I say moving to the downside, the market is going bearish, right? So I mark out that high again. That's going to give you a better confidence, a better edge to probably understand what is going to happen next. And if you pay a proper attention to the approach right there, you can say to some extent the market rejected well at that point, and it was impulsive to the downside. So what you just need to be looking for is continuation to the downside, right? Because if you catch this top, this thing is not even confirmed yet. Confirmation continuation always gives me confirmation to the trend that I'm looking at. So assuming you catch this top here, it's a risk. That's a very very risky entry, because when you look at this bullish candlestick broke that high, that resistance, with a proper momentum. So if you get in at that point, it is very risky. So I call that a risk entry, while I call my point of interest, which is the continuation, a what? a reduced risk entry. It's not that there is no risk there, just that the risk is now on a minimal level, something you can just do what? You have better edge on what you do. So we are going to play that again, and this was how we started moving. And if you can see, that is a what? That is a flag that is telling us that we are going to the downside. You see, the strategy is just simple. It's simple. You check your left hand side, you check your nature, focus on your what? Focus on corrective phase. You still have this as well. So we are going to be expecting the market to do what? To get to this point here inside the pattern, and we are going to be looking at taking the trade to this downside here. So this was how we analyzed the chart for yesterday. Yeah. uh, you can see the bigger picture here of 15 minutes time frame. So I'm going to play that again, and you see how we approach the resistance, the resistance inside that pattern for our what? For our point of interest, because this is our POI now. We've confirmed our left hand side, and the market already rejected impulsively from that point. So what we are waiting for is confirmation, inside confirmation of our point of interest. So let's play that and see how we approach that point. Looks like this network is poor, but it's going to be so. So if you take a look now, you can see how we rejected from that point impulsive. This was a massive rejection. So we could not catch the trade from the top, and that was how we took our entry at the what? At the close, at the break of this pattern, and we had our entry above. So our entry below and our SL above rather. So this our stop loss was at this point here, at the top of what? At the top of a pattern. So we took our entry from here, and we had our stop this way. Yeah. So we started working. Don't forget why I said our TP is going to this point, and that is about 1:2.71. Yeah, 1:2.71. So we'll play that together, and we'll see what happened on Thursday together. So we started moving, and we were already close to 1%. We were already on 1% profit here. So all we just have to do is to move our this our SL, we move it to breaking even. So we were not risking anything on this trade again. We are what? We are risking the money that market gave us for that day, which was Thursday. So that's basically how we always approach the market here. So we started moving. Don't forget, you need to switch to your 1 hour time frame to monitor the chart. And what happened again? You see, the market turned against us. We started having that reversal. But because we have our breaking even already, we do not really bother about that. We just leave it to run. And that was how we started going. And boom, we were tapped out of what? We were tapped out of that trade like that, because that was a breaking even. Now you understand that on Monday we had a breaking even, and the trade still played well. And yesterday, which was on the third, okay, on Wednesday we had what? We had plus 1.16%. On Thursday, which was yesterday, that was our first breaking even. Solana USDT was our first breaking even for that day. So we got tapped out from this trade. And if you look at the 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 approach we used in getting to that breaking even, you will notice that that's not impulsive. it is forming a correction. And whenever it's forming a correction like that, we already have another what? We already have another point of interest entirely. So I'm going to identify this now as what? As our steep pattern. This is a steep pattern to our entry here. So this is a steep pattern. So we'll be looking for what? We'll be looking for another continuation. One thing about me is that I don't really like taking steep pattern. If you were present in the live section yesterday, you notice that I mentioned that steep pattern is very, very tricky. It might not really get to the support of that steep pattern and will start creating a very large flag, or will just continue moving sideways from that point. Do you get it? So I prefer to take a flag like this our first entry, than to take something like this. It's very, very tricky. We might not even move 50% of that body. We might come and form a double top, or probably we just continue moving sideways from that point. So let's keep playing that and see what happens next. We've already been taken out on our first entry here. So looking at this again, we now see that we have a continuation for this particular trade, for this particular entering model here. We have this what? We have this continuation. So we are now going to make use of that continuation, because we took this trade today and we closed the trade at 1 point something percent, because I did not really like how the trade was moving towards this support. This is a steep pattern. You have your resistance here, and this is your support level. This is your resistance, and this is your support level. So I was I did not really like how the market approached the support level. So I just had to do what? I just had to close the trade. And something crazy happened after that time, because the market sold, and then they bought the market again. That's the reason why you need to be careful of. You don't just have to focus on the money aspect. Focusing on the money aspect will mess with your psychology. Just focus on what your chart is telling you, because every minute, every second, every hour, your chart is telling you something new, and you must take into account all those information. Because if you don't, and if you don't, you are just going to be doing what you are just going to be glued to your profit. You just have to know what your chart is telling you. And when you do that, you'll be able to know the next move, probably to close, or you still want to hold to your TP level. So we are going to continue with this corrective phase here, which is the continuation for the steep pattern. And our entry was at the break of the structure, and we had our SL above like this. So I targeted this point. This was where we took our profit. Yeah. So let's play that and see how we approach that point. You can see we actually went to the upside. Yeah. Sorry, please. I think this was actually when we took the entry. I'm coming. Let me check my order history. Okay, you can see the Solana here. You can see it. This was the BTC that took us out today. Also the near USDT that took us out of $86, BTC on $75, and Solana of plus 55. And if we add that and do the mathematics, we do the minus and plus, you still see that we were on minus for the day, because that was two stop loss and one take profit, which was let me check the details so that I can adjust what I'm trying to show you. I'm actually forgetting. Uh, uh, it's not giving me what I wanted, but I think I have a screenshot of that on my phone. So I'm just going to check that so that I can do the proper adjustments needed. Okay, yeah. I recall now. Sorry. The day have been somehow stressful, so cannot really record so many. Yeah. So this was my entry tag for the day. It was here. I had it here. Yeah, this was the way I had it. This was the way I took the trade. Um, that was how. So this was how it TP. You can see the way we were approaching that point. It was correctable. It wasn't impulsive, and that was how we hit the TP. And before we had that massive dump, we were already out of the trade. And you can see what happened next. We just started into this point, not even close to it. So assuming your take profit was down here, you wouldn't have even hit your take profit before the market actually before what happened this year happened. That was how we did what. That's what has happened this week. Basically. So I've just been able to run across like three of the trades that we've taken so far this week. So one was Solana, we had SRB as well. We had SRB. This was the entry on SRB, and this was for Thursday, which was yesterday. We had about 3% running here, and we were able to break in able to 1%. So we were taken out of 1%. I did add another entry from here, which was not a successful trade. So I was taken out on my SL. So that was another minus for yesterday. We also did BTC yesterday as well. So this was our entry point for BTC yesterday was at this point here, but it was not a successful trade as well. So that made it two SL for yesterday. So basically, those are the things we've done for the week. Let's see what uh, by Sunday or probably Monday, we are going to be looking at what the new week is going to have, what is going to give to us. So, uh, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to sit back, relax, and also prepare my chart for the week. A new lookout, a new probably a new watch list because I still have about four other pairs that I trade. So next week we're still gonna meet again, same channel. I won't really say same time.
I don't think it's actually a good idea if you leave now because will you actually say it's actually a successful week?
It wasn't.
So what actually happened? Because yeah, because you said something. Because yeah, because me say I'm also like a trader, but I don't really have the luxury of time to come and be analyzing charts and some stuff. So guys, it was not actually successful for us. We traders we used to have our own downtime. We've had so much breaking even, which is not a nice one at all. Two SL, four profitable trade, three SL, and two breaking even.
So that's about minus 3% already for the week. Yeah, from our initial balance.
But from next week, I promise it's going to be a nice one. I just hope, according to my guy, according to some of you in the comment section said I should not be using God this when it comes to like market analysis. Because me, that's what I've grown up with. But let's just hope we have a wonderful week next week. So let's just so if you have any question, you can keep your question coming.
So we're going to be
So if you have any questions, you can keep your question comments and I will actually like attend to all your questions on the comment section. So I'll be here live to attend to all your questions. So don't worry, I have time for you guys. So yeah, the market actually deals with us here. Yeah, you can see there's actually a high bull flag here. A high bull flag here in which you think is going up all of a sudden it's coming down. You think it's going up all of a sudden it's coming down. So I think Number one, if you are trading, always use a higher time frame. Yeah, because there's actually different type of time frame here currently, because about the 15-minute time frame you might think market is against you this. But if you now go down to the higher time frame, you now see uh the the outer the outer structure. So if you want to look at the structure of the market properly, first of all, I actually advise you to start um with the 4 hours candle. So if you start with the 4 hours candle, you'll be able to see the direction in which the market is going to. I don't know if you guys understand. So for now, you can see here has direction currently. You can see it's going up. So as it's going up, it comes down again. So here has the direction. So before you now enter a market, enter a trade, so you have to like use 4 hours, use 1 hour. So I used to advise on people they should use 15 minutes. So once you do your top down analysis with your 4 hours and your 1 hour, so for you to place a trade, I actually advise you to use 15 minutes to place your trade. Because if you want to wait for that for 1 hour, 4 hours before you TP, it's going to take a very long time. So I used to like advise people to always use um your 15 minutes time frame for your entry time and 4 hour or 1 hour for your analysis. So I think I think it's going to like be the end. I think it's going to be the end for today. So we'll see you guys next week on Monday, same time, same channel.
Yeah.
So love and light, guys. It's
We are
still
coming back stronger.
stronger, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stronger.
And also I promise you guys we won't be this serious next week. Yeah, we won't be this serious next week. We are going to like come in and gist with you, ask you of your day, ask you of your week, and please be there.
Don't miss it though. We're gonna bag it next week.
Yeah, but it's just in case you lose so much this week, you can still like fund your account because you're ready to go is back for you.
You shouldn't lose too much
Yeah.
because you are not risking your hope on the podium. So why would you lose too much? It's just minus 3%.
And also if you're coming next week, you should also talk a little. You want to talk a little about um your strategies and not only your strategy and also your portfolio management.
Yeah, your risk
The
management
risk
and
management
all
and
like that.
everything. So those are the times I was I want that for you.
Peace out.